Did you see the FISA warrants? Oh my God, it was terrible. They actually based the FISA warrant on some made-up, contrived lie paid for by Hillary Clinton. I know that. You've been saying that. What are you going to do about it? I don't know. We're just going to keep talking about it. We're just going to keep talking about it online and say, hey, ooh. Hillary's laughing her ass off. As long as she walks free, there is no justice. This woman, how many laws does she have to break before somebody says, okay, now we got to do something?
It's Lionel. He's an Emmy award-winning television news decoder and legal analyst, former prosecutor, and licensed trial lawyer and former prosecutor. YouTube, Lionel Nation, LionelMedia.com, Twitter, Lionel Media, and now Lionel.
I love it. I love it. Can you hear me okay, Alex? How are you, buddy boy?
Loud and clear. You take over, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. I've got 3 things I want to say today, so listen and listen good. Number 1, I'm tired of hearing every little interstitial moment on Fox News or on CNN about every little move. Like, hey, did you hear the word that Clapper knows something about Obama when he was such as? Hey, did you hear the word that the FISA court, that we have the documents, and that the Carter Page FISA warrants were based on the dossier that Hillary Clinton paid for? We know all this. Would somebody please just indict somebody?
Exactly. We broke this years ago.
Alex, I'm getting sick and tired of every day finding every little, ooh, did you see this? Did you see this? Look, I don't know about you, but unless and until Hillary Clinton is charged with something, unless and until she is charged with anything, specifically something involved with, let's say, Clinton Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, Clinton Health Access Initiative.
She went and met with Putin repeatedly, she says in her own book, but says Trump should be arrested for doing it publicly.
That's one thing. Second thing I've got to say is, I don't understand what President Trump is waiting for. Julian Assange is a hero. I don't care how you say it.
No, I agree. Trump's got a party. Let me say this, though. What about Rand Paul called for it this morning? Now, President exploring, he's meeting with Rand Paul right now, stripping Clapper, Obama, all these people. They're out of office. They still have access to everything. They still got their fingers in the pie here. He's looking to take it from Comey, Brennan, all of them.
I cannot understand how anybody, you know, Alex, when somebody normally is unceremoniously removed from their position, you say, give us your door pass card, your parking space, and get the hell out of here. The idea, and I understand there's a certain degree of professional courtesy, but the big thing I want to say right now, the #1 story is, for the longest time, people have looked at entertainment, Hollywood and the like, of being something almost, you know, unnecessary, but harmless. Oh, they make movies. Since the days of Frank Capra all the way to when he became a propaganda agent during the war, very good, though, to the time that Hollywood and war bonds were working together, from the time that the Intel, CIA, and OSS and others worked with the mob. There is this Gordian knot of people who were seemingly unconnected, but who make the strangest bedfellows. And Hollywood, #1, is not only the money source, the feeder system, propaganda central, but it is now the tip of the, not tip of the spear, but the little scab of the purulent furuncle, the sebaceous, purulent boil.
That's right. It's the center of the disease. Trying to stop America's rebirth. It bet on the wrong side of history. It's getting its ass kicked, so it gets more virulent in a petulant attempt to stop this, which is going to end up destroying it.
But what's happening right now is when these seemingly strange tweets that now, that I can't believe that Hollywood is this stupid to say that the James Gunn, you know, tweets are just about something that happened a long time ago, when meanwhile, following the Roseanne rule. Now, the Roseanne rule says if you tweet something that somebody believes to be racist, that will make you a racist. Well, if you tweet something that involves you being a pedophile, aren't you a pedophile? And to think that others like Selma Blair and others are coming forward in the defense of him.
That's right. If Roseanne Barr said, I love Hitler and all this stuff, we'd say, okay, she's bad, get rid of her. She didn't even say that. They projected Hitler onto her, a Jewish lady. Meanwhile, these guys are saying we want to do these bad things to kids thousands of times. And then we're told, oh, just ignore all that.
And what's happening, there's three things. Let me ask you this, Alex. What would have happened if during the course of one of these tweet sessions, Mr. Gunn had used the dread N-word? Would that have negated?
Oh, he would have been fired immediately. As long as you know about kidnapping and raping little girls, it's okay.
Right. That's okay. That's that quirky kind of behavior that was a long time ago. Now, three things. Number one, and Alex, I can tell you this, being in here, being around these people, they live, and you know this too, they live in a world that says, let me tell you something, you hayseed, you rusticator, you corn pone, bib overall, redneck, you know what kicker? I'm Hollywood. You don't tell me what to do. This is our sense of humor.
They think they're royalty.
They think they're royalty, but this is our sensibilities and our worldview, and we don't want you talking to us about this. Number two, they have this thing, and it's been said, symbolism, symbology will be their downfall. And wherever they go, they want to share with a sense of imperviousness. They're impenetrable. This is our humor, like it or not. They also, number three, don't recognize the fact that this is permanently recorded. And they further don't understand, and I want people to understand this, and this may seem inconsistent, but please do not confuse somebody saying or joking about pedophile offenses with somebody being an actual convicted child rapist or the like. An idea as despicable as it is
it's not the act. So you ask then, why are they so obsessed with promoting it? I think it's just a sense of nastiness, just to show how rebellious they are.
Alex, you have no idea. We have been here in New York and I've been doing comedy stuff and stand-up for years, and I don't know when it happened, but the humor quotient took a bad turn where it became angry, and then
it's only about shock. It's only about shock.
Precisely. And instead of being funny, it's, do you have an attitude? And listen, you're a gentleman and a scholar, but I use scatological references. I tend to wax coprolalic every now and then, but it's never a substitution for wit. Now, what you have is, you have these people, oh, and then you have Sarah Silverman, who's looking around saying, my career is in the crapper. I don't know what to do. Wait a minute. Maybe I could have my Kathy Griffin moment. And to think of the thing that she is now pushing her way, threatening
pedophilia.
The world.
She says, support pedophilia if you have courage.
Right, but she's daring to say, you folks don't understand.
Yeah, we don't get how cool it is to kidnap a kid out of their backyard and rape him to death for a week and then hang him up by piano wire.
And they also don't understand. She thinks that we're just a bunch of folks with Twitter accounts and that we are no match. You know, Alex, I have a friend of mine, and I'm going to say something that's so crude. Well, not really crude, but listen to the metaphor. I've got a friend of mine, he said, and he's an Italian feller, and he said, remember one thing, there's more of us than them. We can drown them in our urine, meaning that the enormity that if we decide to
if humanity got off the couch, these elites are gone.
And right, precisely. And they have been thinking for too long that they run the show. So right now, I just want to recap three things. Mr. President, I am so in support of you. I voted for me. I didn't know how you do at first, but I am magnificently impressed with how you have upset the apple cart and changed the deep state. But I am tired of having to hear the Judge Napolitanos or the Joe DeGenevas and Brian, Sean Hannity, bless your heart, tell me every day, and here's what they're doing that's wrong. Damn it, do something, indict him. Grow a pair, a backbone, wake Sessions up.
Well, no, but we got to get rid of Sessions. I agree. We have to go on the offense. My God. It's
But Alex, what good does this do for you and your incredible team to put up all this great news about all this great stuff if it never gets out of the bubble, if it never gets out of this little bunker, if it never goes beyond it? It's got to be, cancer is only dangerous when it's metastatic. If it's benign,
And you read
remains
Google, they
one-
say they want to contain nationalism. It's all about containing us.
Well, we want to break this thing apart. I want everybody to know what's going on, not just the select few. I've got a lot more, my friend.
Well, tell us how we break out of the bubble. I just don't know how, in what parallel universe we woke up and confirmed a bunch of pedophiles are running stuff. I'm like, what the? You see how many gorgeous women there are? Like, who's attracted to kids? Well, that shows my blind spot. I just want to kill people that want to hurt kids. I'm not a sadist or not a guy who wants to hurt people, but I want to kill pedophiles, I'll be honest.
Everybody, Lionel with you. Here I am. Proud to be here. Proud to be here. Got a couple of things to say. Don't have enough time, but I'm going to do my best to see if I can say it clearly and without I hear a bit of an echo there, but maybe that's me. Maybe somebody can turn that thing down for me. Thank you. First of all, without further ado, I don't know why I'm hearing an echo. Is that me or what? I'm hearing an echo. Okay. I am sick and tired of, as I said, hearing people every day on the various news. And by the way, God bless Fox News. If it wasn't for them, there would be nothing in what used to be the mainstream media, because this is now mainstream. But there's nobody out there. And Sean Hannity I've known for 25 years, and he's doing a great job up to a point. They go up to a point and they stop. I mean, they're great, like, they're going to fight the deep state. They kind of added that to their lexicon, which is great. You'll never hear anything about 9/11 or whatever. Oh, no. Oh, la, 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 la. They'll go a little bit. If it's about Hillary Clinton, yeah, we'll talk about that. But we never go beyond that. And you know what? I don't expect them to. But let's face it. It's still kind of a watered down. It's like, we'll give you the allowed version of this. And I love Judge Napolitano. God bless him. He's on there. Joe DeGenevieve. I mentioned a whole group of people. And Gowdy and Goodlatte. But for the love of God, somebody hold somebody in contempt. Do something. Go in and fire everybody. Pull a Richard Nixon, Saturday Night Massacre, whatever you want to call it. What are we doing? I'm tired of these. Oh, did you see the latest one right now? We got a new, oh my God, there's a Clapper actually said that Obama had something to do anything. I know this. Did you see the FISA warrants? Oh my God, it was terrible. They actually based the FISA warrant on some made up, contrived lie paid for by Hillary Clinton. I know that. You've been saying that. What are you going to do about it? I don't know. We're just going to keep talking about it. We're just going to keep talking about it online and say, hey, ooh. Hillary's laughing her ass off. By the way, did you see her this week? Come on, fellas, gals. Did you see her wearing the bedspread at Ozzy Fest? What was it, Central Park? Oh, my God. First of all, she was wearing the oven mitt outfit. Lady, she was wearing the oven mitt, then the Mao bunker gear. Then she's walking around with the back brace, the reptilian exoskeleton. I don't know what the hell that is. And then she shows up. What the hell is this thing? She rolled out of bed. Grandma put on her muumuu or her nightgown. They rolled her out wearing the support shoes. What is going on here? Listen, I don't mean anybody any kind of harm, but what is that? Mama Cass. What is happening? As long as she walks free, there is no justice. This woman, how many laws does she have to break before somebody says, okay, now we got to do something? There's so much stuff. Remember the old days. Here's one for you. Eric Bren. Who's that? Eric Bren's my hero. Eric Bren was a fellow on Ed Sullivan Show who had 1 million plates and bowls, and he would spin them simultaneously, because you've got to have 50 different stories going in your head at any time, and they're all mutually exclusive, and your head will blow apart. What story do you want to talk about? What's driving you crazy? I mean, seriously, what? Somebody mentioned before China and vaccines, autism rates, 9/11. 9/11's always there. And now we have this group of people called pedophiles. Listen, I'm not going to tell you, and I don't think anybody's going to tell you, and I don't think anybody has to tell you the motivation behind what these sick cabals are. These covens of deranged individuals. I'm not going to go through, the routine. We know it. We know what they do. We know why kids, pedivores and all that jazz. We know everything from cannibalism to organ harvesting. We know all the stories. We know that they do that. It doesn't matter why. They do that. And Mr. President, if you don't go in there and blow this thing up figuratively, to use the media term, if you don't start with Harvey Weinstein and Nexium and Alex and Mac and everybody and start getting them in, and Anthony Weiner, and whatever happened to his laptop, and whatever happened to the life insurance policy, what happened to all this stuff? What is going on here? I'm getting sick and tired. God bless Alex, but Alex is driving me crazy in a good way, because every day he's reminding me of another thing. It's like, what the hell are we talking about? We know this. It's like we're standing here, we're seeing this house that's, well, what's that? Smells like fire. Yeah. Well, did somebody call the fire department? Ooh, the flames are coming out of the bottom floor there. Ooh, that thing could go up. Anybody call the fire department? No, let's just talk about it. Fire department's coming? Nope. We're just going to talk about it. Oh, gee, that's a shame. Can you hear the screams of the people in that fire? What are we doing talking about it? Let's grab a bucket, a hose. No, come on. It's just fun to talk about it. Mr. President, I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you, it's very simple. Can you imagine if one day, just one day, I'm from Florida, and I guess you folks from Texas, wherever it is, but we had fire ants. Not Florida, Florida. Fire ants. We had these mounds. And I used to, this was great, as a kid, step on them and then step back and watch. And they would come and say, who stepped on this? And they would be just waiting, looking around, saying, we're going to get, and there was chaos, and they're bumping into each other, and they're buzzing around, or whatever ants do, they hum, they buzz, whatever they do. If all of a sudden the president announced the first indictment against Hillary Clinton, the mainstream media would melt. Wolf Blitzer would have a conniption, whatever a conniption is. My mother talked about a conniption fit. I don't know what that is. Rachel Maddow would have to be sedated. They wouldn't know what to do. All of their anti-Trump stuff would stop. That would be it. Next. I don't know what the president is talking about, or what, excuse me, when he brought up the fact of Barack Obama and his birth certificate. And this is the Constitution. And Article 2 is very, very clear here regarding a 35-year-old president who's been a 14-year-old resident who is a natural-born citizen. Now, either you have this or you don't. Either there's evidence of this or there's not. Or somebody said, well, you don't want to bring that one up. Why? Well, because what would happen if all of a sudden you said, hey, guess what? You've got a president here who, by the way, was born, let's forget it. Don't call it Kenya, call it Italy. I don't care. Or as we say here in New York, Italy. If you got a president who was, is it what, void ab initio? I asked a legal scholar, a friend of mine, one of my juridical mentors, I said, seriously, what happened if they realize that every single thing that was ever done by Barack Obama is void? The Congress could theoretically ratify everything. Then you've got Julian Assange. Mr. President, in the waning seconds of this segment, thank you for pardoning Dinesh D'Souza and Joe Arpaio, but pardon Julian Assange. What are we waiting for? I've got more coming up. This is Lionel, if you can take it.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
I'm a nasty woman.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Extendowise, the latest product from InfoWarsLife.com, fuses all the known compounds that have been proven to be good for our hearts and cardiovascular system. And listen, everybody's got a heart. Well, actually, maybe Hillary and George Soros don't, but everybody else has a heart, and this product is amazing. So, if you have a heart and you want the very best product out there that's designed to aid a healthy heart, cardiovascular system, it's Extendowise, available at InfoWarsLife.com. And like all of our products are game changers, this baby is the most souped up, awesome version the top formulators could come up with and still be affordable. It's one of the very best heart pills out there. It's Extendawise. So get some for yourself and family and friends. It's got the very best fish oil from the fjords. It's very, very pure, very, very clean, and has the EPA type that is specifically good for the heart, cardiovascular system. It's got the properly formulated type of CoQ10 and more. It is Extendawise, now available at InfoWarsLife.com.